Sky Noon is an upcoming first-person shooter that I find is best described as first-person smash, but everybody is McCree with a grappling hook. Hey guys, it's bryonato here, and I spent my last weekend playing the closed beta for Sky Noon, and honestly, I put 40 hours into it over the course of 4 days. This is honestly the most fun I've had with a multiplayer experience in years. In Sky Noon, your weapons do knockback instead of damage, and so your goal is to knock your opponents off of the 3D arena. You also have a grappling hook that you have on hand pretty much all the time. There's a very small cooldown, and that makes the movement in this game nothing short of fantastic. If you guys have grapple boosted at all in Titanfall 2, you're going to be pretty familiar with how the mechanic works here, actually. As you can see, you just kind of look at where you want to go, you grapple to it, you can use A and D on the keyboard to kind of help yourself swing around. It's really cool. I mean, I can't say enough good things about how the movement is in this game. You used to have full freedom of movement. You can strafe a bit. There isn't air. It's running on Unreal 4. It's not running on Source or anything like that. So there's no crazy strafing. But just with the grapple hook alone, the amount of things you can do, the skill ceiling is massive. It's even fun for me personally, just going into the training map and swinging around buildings like you see here. I can go on and on about the movement, but I just want to say definitively that the movement is one of the best things about this game, bar none. I even did a little peeking around the menus during the closed beta this last weekend, and it looks like there's going to be a time trial type mode that we can expect in the full release, the 1.0 release of this game. So speedrunners out there and me, I'm pretty excited to see what comes of that. One thing I think we can say about this game is we have an idea of what a first-person Spider-Man game would look like now, like definitively. So alongside your weapon and grappling hook, you actually have a lasso, and so a lasso can be used to pull weapon boxes and ability boxes toward you, as well as deal with pesky campers too. It's pretty cool. Anytime I saw somebody corner camping in this game, you just hit him with the lasso and it pulls him straight toward you, so you can use that for like a direct hit with the hand cannon or a really close range shotgun shot. Really nifty ability that I am a huge fan of. Visually, the game is actually really quite clever. All the weapons in this game are air powered rather than shooting actual bullets or projectiles. And so you'll see a lot of really smart design decisions as far as how the weapons look, how they behave after a shot, and even when they reload. Keep an eye out for the shotgun reload animation. It's actually really cool. The shotgun it almost looks like a jet engine on the back of it. Visually, just overall, really well done. As far as weapon balance goes, the weapon balance is actually quite good. You have 4 base weapons. You have what I would call an SMG, that's technically a machine pistol. You have a revolver, a shotgun, and a hand cannon, or what I'm going to refer to as the rocket launcher. The revolver is definitely the king, but we'll kind of go down the list here and talk about how each weapon works and what the goal is with each of them. So the SMG here is, I would say, the edgeguard king. There's definitely a push and pull as far as edgeguarding goes that's very similar to Smash Brothers. You have to put yourself at a risk to go secure a kill off stage. You have to like think creatively to get your opponent off stage too, and then keep him there. So it's really cool. And in the SMG, there's no better weapon at that. It does a relatively small amount of knockback per bullet, but when you get multiple hits on top of each other, the knockback just stacks. And so, again, paired with its firing rate and its pretty decent range, it's really good at securing offstage kills. It's really fun to dive and just go at people. New players usually found this weapon to be the weakest of the bunch, but mostly it's just because it has a pretty steep learning curve. It's pretty different from any other gun in any other FPS and how you use it and how you have to position yourself, so just takes a bit of learning. Next we have the shotgun, and the shotgun is probably one of my favorites. Probably my favorite next to the revolver. So it does a ton of knockback at pretty much point blank range. It has a bit of reach just outside of point blank range, but unless you are right next to your opponent most of the time, it's not going to be doing anything to him. So it's absolutely a weapon that rewards good movement, nimble movement, and getting in close to your opponent as fast as possible. And once you actually do get close enough to him, it's going to send him really far. Has a lot of really good knockback behind it. And one of the really interesting mechanics in Sky Noon is that your momentum, the speed you're traveling at, affects the amount of knockback that you deliver when you shoot. So most of the time when you're using the shotgun, you're going to be doing like maybe a short or long grapple right before you hit the opponent. And so the faster you're traveling, the more knockback you're going to do. It's really cool, and I find it's most rewarding on the shotgun. The shotgun is also the king when it comes to grapple kills. You can actually grapple your opponents in this game. And so you can grapple them, shoot them with the shotgun, and you'll hang on to them. And then you can shoot them a second time. So it's really fun. I can't say enough good things about the shotgun. And after the shotgun, we have the hand cannon, or as I'll inevitably end up referring to it again, the rocket launcher. It has a really, really nice projectile speed. It's mostly a splash damage based weapon. You can hit mid-airs on this thing, you can get direct shots on people, but most of the time you're going to be wanting to hit people with the splash damage of the hand cannon. And one of the really interesting things is that the splash damage can actually kind of go through geometry. So, like if someone's standing on top of the tower, kind of near the edge of it, and you shoot the edge of the tower just below where they are, it'll end up sending them back, or knocking them back, I should say, even if there's a bit of geometry in between them, which is really nice for me, especially coming from Titanfall 2, where, you know, if there's like a little hair between you and your opponent, it's not going to do anything to them. So really, really nice. And hitting mid-airs with this thing feels so good. They're actually going to end up buffing mid-airs too. Here's the hand cannon here. You can see it now. They're going to end up buffing them a bit too, I believe, when they kind of work on some of the knockback consistency. So a very, very satisfying weapon to use. I'm a huge fan of it. And finally, we have the king of them all. This is the revolver. The revolver is basically a railgun. It has pinpoint accuracy. It has an amazing amount of range. Pretty much anywhere on the map, if you're looking at people and you click on them, they're going to get hit. So it's a hit scan. It's just, this weapon is just really, really good. There's really no question that it is the best gun in the game right now. Not really sure if we're going to see some nerfs to it. I know the devs are kind of looking at changes to it, but definitely my favorite weapon and the best gun in the game. Generally speaking, if you hit somebody once with it, you're going to be able to hit him again. So I got a really nice double tap, which is, aside from being really effective, also really, really consistent. Moving on, we'll move on to abilities here. So abilities you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Those are going to be used with the left shift key, and there are 5 different ones in the game. To start off, we'll talk about the jet boots. And so the jet boots they're basically like a jetpack. They function actually pretty similarly to, I would say, Pharah in Overwatch. They're really, really good defensively, more than anything else, I would say. You can actually kind of DI or directionally influence yourself, if you're familiar with Smash terms in this game. And so when you get hit, if you start using the jet boots and trying to kind of move yourself to the left or to the right, you can normally save yourself. Very, very good defensively, but in a game where everybody has a grapple and can kind of move everywhere they want, anytime they want, I found myself using this weapon, or this ability rather, probably the least. I would always trying to switch it out. Next we have the teleporter, and so the teleporter, you see there, has a little, I guess you'd say, device that you throw, and then you can teleport to it on command. I don't want to talk too much about this because it's going to get changed. In its current state, it's pretty broken. You can place the teleporter down anywhere on the map, and then anytime you get sent off stage and you don't think you recover, you just press shift and you can go to it. It encourages a pretty kind of cheesy, campy playstyle, and so it's probably going to get changed. But in any case, that is what the teleporter does in this current beta. After the teleporter, we have the bowl charge, or I'll just refer to it as the dash. And so the bowl charge is a very quick dash that sends you in the direction that you're looking, and it also cancels out any momentum that you had before it. So it's nice defensively. It's also pretty good offensively. If you hit somebody with the right part of the dash, the hitbox is a little weird right now, but if you do, it does a ton of knockback. It just deletes people. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill. But usually I would say I would put this in the lower half as far as abilities at the moment. I personally found the cooldown time to be a little bit too long, especially in comparison to things like the dynamite, which we'll get to in a moment here. It just sounds a little bit better than it actually is. And so the dynamite is basically, they're like grenades. I think would be the best comparison for them. You can cook them for a small amount of time and then throw them, or they'll explode on contact. They're really, really good for, 1 or 2 hit combos. They're really great in teams, hitting someone with the dynamite off stage, and then maybe your ally has a revolver, they just pop them. They're really good for kill setups, just like a dynamite, and then you can use the SMG or the revolver, for example. They're a really, really competent offensive weapon. It's basically like having a rocket launcher in your other hand, so it's really, really, really nice. They can also be used defensively. After you cook them for a certain period of time, you can throw them and they will explode right beneath you. They can send you back toward the stage or back up if you got knocked down. Generally pretty versatile. They're basically like the mines, but a little bit weaker. In any case, though, I really, really like the dynamite. It was an ability that certainly grew on me over the course of the beta. I wasn't a big fan of them at first. And this brings me to the mines, which are my favorite out of any of the abilities. I definitely use these the most throughout the entire beta. They're basically, I would compare them most to like C4 that you might see in other games. You get 2 charges, and when you throw it, you can detonate it at any time. You can detonate it right next to you, or you can let it sit for a while and detonate it. It's basically, you can explode it on command. And so offensively, you use these a lot like the dynamite, like I explained, and then defensively, the cooldown is really, really short, so you can just turn around, double tap shift, and it'll send you back toward the stage really, really quickly. The best guns for counterplaying these right now would probably be the SMG and the revolver, but aside from that, just kind of like a jack of all trades ability, amazing for recovery, amazing for deep edge guards, kill setups, really, really fun to use. If you guys have stuck around this long into the video, I want to thank you. Sky Noon is the best multiplayer experience out there right now, in my opinion. I have nothing but good things to say about it. I know they got more closed betas coming up. I'll have links in the description that'll take you to their Discord and give you instructions on how to sign up for future betas. This game gets my highest recommendation, just full stop. I love it. The devs are really, really good people. I can just say good things about Sky Noon over and over and over. If you guys are curious for some more information, I know they're looking at a full, I guess it would be early access, but they're still going to refer to it as their 1.0 release late May. So actually pretty soon coming up here. That's exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this got you interested in Sky Noon. And I hope you guys look forward to seeing more Sky Noon content on this channel in the future. I'll be streaming it a lot. I'll be posting more YouTube videos about it. If you guys haven't caught my other 2 videos I posted, I did a montage as well as a full team elimination game where I went 13-0. So just some good examples of kind of the cool stuff you can do in the game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will catch you guys in the next one. And until then, I'll see ya.